Well, I wish this video was some sort of comedy sketch. It's actually very embarrassing for me to make, really talking about how I believe I'm somewhat of a card addict, how I recognized it, and hoping to share with others to help other people that might have been in a similar situation or are in a similar situation. Stick around. Hey guys, a different type of video today, but I thought this one was an important one to make. I thought about not making it, but when I look back at my channel, I've really tried to kind of document my hobby journey, be as transparent as possible throughout that journey, and through the good and the bad, it's important to talk about all of these things. And while I'm not excited to make this video, I do think it's important because I think that there's other people that might be in a similar situation or have been at least, and maybe if they hear it, they can think like, okay, well, I'm not alone in this, especially those that have a significant other, might be married or have a girlfriend, whatever it is, boyfriend, they might understand kind of where I'm coming from. I talk on this channel about self-awareness and how important that is. And for the most part, I try my hardest to be as self-aware as possible, but I've got blind spots. And I found that this was a blind spot for me, and I needed to look in the mirror, be honest with myself. My wife and I were looking through our annual budget. This is something we do every year. We kind of talk about different goals, financial goals moving forward, or personal goals for the next year that's coming. And we take a look at our budget. Okay, what's coming in, what's going out, trying to figure it all out. And I didn't realize how much has gone to cards and collectibles. My wife and I kind of have a trust system where, unless it's a big purchase, she does her thing, I do my thing. We have separate bank accounts just for the purpose of separate bills. I pay for certain bills, she pays for certain bills. I use the word card addict. Like many of you that might be watching, I spend a lot of time going through eBay auctions, eBay listings, doing research on different cards, different sets, whether I'm buying the card or not, adding things to my watch list, taking things off of my watch list. A lot of my fun extra time is used to make YouTube videos about this stuff, but also doing research in the area, trying to learn more about different types of cards. It's a lot of fun. And over the last 12 months, I have spent tens of thousands of dollars on cards and collectibles. Now, the one thing that I will give myself some credit for that I didn't do wrong is I didn't go into a lot of credit card debt to make these purchases. So I don't have, $5,000 or $10,000 in credit card debt that I'm trying to pay back where I bought cards or I bought wax or whatever it might be. I didn't over leverage myself. The thing I suppose that I did was I didn't hide the fact that I was buying cards and collectibles. So, she saw the packages coming in. She knew that I was buying these cards, but the part where I really kind of failed was tracking and organizing properly to the degree to where I could really kind of keep tabs on it. Overall, I am not a shopper. I hate going shopping. I wear the same clothes that I've had for 5 years. I don't enjoy shopping. And I was also thinking like, hey, you know what? I'm not buying into breaks. I'm not, getting in on sports betting. I have these cards. I have something to show for it. And that is true. It's not as if I don't have anything to show for it. I've got some awesome stuff. But the part where I was kind of maybe lying to myself or just not seeing it is I was becoming addicted to my eBay watch list. I was getting addicted to following all these different auctions and following all this stuff. And I was buying cards really every week. I've been buying cards every week over the last 12 months. And I can pretend like it's not, but it is somewhat of an addiction. You get kind of an addicted. I probably get the serotonin levels are going up when I see a card I like, that excitement of getting something in the mail. All of that stuff is kind of part of this thing. And there is somewhat, for me anyway, I'm not speaking for others, but for me, it feels like an addictive type behavior. And, it's something that I have to change. It's something that I have to kind of check myself a little bit. Did I lose my family over this? No, I didn't. But if this is left unchecked and I just kind of business as usual, keep doing the same things and not really pay attention to it, just money's going out and all of that stuff, it could really turn into a big problem. So it's something I'm going to need to work at. It's something that's not going to come easy because I've been doing this for years now, really, where I've just been, again, you got the eBay watch list, you're adding stuff, you're researching cards. It's part of what I do on this channel. It's fun to talk about different sets and different things that are going on. So I've got to figure out a way to check myself as far as that goes and really get more discipline. So that is part of kind of that New Year's resolution. One thing that I did, kind of a simple thing, is I deleted the eBay app off of my cell phone. So of course I still have it on my laptop, but at least it's not right there on my phone. Wherever I am, I can check eBay, the eBay watch list and what's going on. It's a little bit tougher, on my laptop, but that's just something, and really just to limit temptation, for me to take a look at that. So I took that off of my phone, and then I've kind of made a vow to my wife, and I don't know why I wasn't really doing this sooner, but really involving her in these types of purchases, involving her in the strategy. She is savvy financially herself, so it's kind of dumb that I wasn't bouncing more of the stuff off of her. I have in the past, but really kind of doing it as something that we could potentially kind of bond over. Because again, look, she's not big into cards, collectibles in the same way that I am, but she understands it. She understands kind of where I'm coming from. She understands the hobby element and the camaraderie of the community, but she does also understand long-term potential with collectibles and short-term potential with collectibles. And so, it's like, duh, why was I not already kind of doing that? It's something that we could bond over. It wouldn't be a sticking point. And so she can act as kind of more of a checks and balances where needed. And obviously, look, I think that I need to recognize that, hey, I have a problem. Maybe it is a healthy problem in a sense. I could be doing worse things, but at the same time, if it's becoming kind of if it's an addictive type behavior and it's just constant, that's not great. That's not great. Personally, I'm always trying to kind of get better, trying to become a better version of myself. This is very cliche. You hear this kind of motivational speakers and different things. We'll talk about this, but I really do feel like this. I do want to continue to build a life, whatever that is, whether it's, financial, personal, relationships, all that stuff. It's all about building blocks. I'm building a skyscraper of, personal experiences, financial, all of that bit. And, I've got a great family. And the last thing that I need is to risk my family over cards and collectibles, which is something, of course, look, I've got that nostalgia bug. If you know me, it's the 80s, 90s nostalgia stuff. And I think that I'm like leaning in a little bit too much on that serotonin. I probably need to chill a little bit or just figure out a balance and also find a way to incorporate, my significant other to make it a little bit less of a sticking point, as I said. So guys, let me know your thoughts. Is this something that you've dealt with in your life, or is it something you might be dealing with? Again, I'm embarrassed to really make this video. I'm not going to pretend like I'm not. I don't think anybody likes to put out there that, hey, I'm kind of screwing up or I'm not doing something the best way that I can do it. But again, I want to be transparent. That's kind of the way that I've done things, and I will continue to do that. It's my hobby journey. That's what this channel is, and I'm just trying to get better at it. Guys, stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.